Happy World Red Cross and Red Crescent Day. World Red Cross Day is celebrated on May 8th each year and is an annual celebration of the principles of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement. On this day, we celebrate and honor as a movement the selfless work of the millions of volunteers towards humanity. Today, it gives me great pleasure to applaud and acknowledge you, our TTRCS volunteers, who have been supporting national efforts in response to COVID-19. We appreciate you and all that you do in keeping our communities safe and sometimes being that thread of hope to those who need it. I acknowledge that while the realities of today may be quite different from what we are used to, particularly as it relates to our new norms of physical distancing, how we work and how we function as a people, safety and protection of our volunteers and staff remain a fundamental aspect in our response. While I encourage you to stay safe, remember to check in occasionally with those you care about. Let us be responsible in our actions as we secure our world today for a safer tomorrow. We are in this together. To all our volunteers and all our staff members who show up selflessly and tirelessly, I applaud you. Thank you.
And stay safe. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds.
We live in an unprecedented time, a time that requires us to stay home, to distance ourselves from each other, to fight the spread of COVID-19. And while this may be the hard thing to do, it is the right thing to do.
There are some heroes who cannot stay at home. Heroes who have volunteered to risk their lives by leaving the safety of their homes to keep our nation running. Today, Freetown Collective would like to join with the rest of Trinidad and Tobago in saying, thank you.
Thank you to all our doctors. Thank you to janitorial service providers. Thank you to the members of the police service. Thank you to air traffic controllers, to drivers, transport services. We applaud you.
Thank you to the port workers, the regiment, the prison officers, and the employees of every organization that is out there helping the needy.
Thank you to the nurses, sanitization workers, healthcare personnel, private security officers. We applaud you.
Thank you to the fire service, employees of supermarkets, pharmacies, and other stores, customs officers, social workers, postal workers, we applaud you.
To all the others who leave their homes every day to make sure that Trinidad and Tobago keeps going, we thank you. Ours has always been a message of love, and your actions personify love. So we thank you.
The press. This one.
I'm a volunteer because individuals, families, communities, groups need someone who don't just say they care, but show they care.
I volunteer because a helping hand can go a long way.
My name is Salvation Yalams and I volunteer because I believe that one hand washes the other so they can both wash the face, and that's how I apply volunteering into real life. Thank you very much.
I registered for the Trinidad and Tobago Red Cross because I believe in giving back a service to my country and to my community. To me, is contribution is not what I get always, but what I give. Give back to somebody or the community in a good way, and I felt that way, so I volunteered to Trinidad and Tobago Red Cross.
I joined Red Cross because it is a solidarity movement, one that provides reliable support and help to the communities in time of need. Since I've been a volunteer at Red Cross, I can honestly say that my co-volunteers have been truly eager to make a conducive difference like I am in all the communities in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you ever so much for joining us. Every year we commemorate World Red Cross Day on the 8th of May, the birthday of our founder. We celebrate the very principles upon which our movement is based: humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, and universality. This year, we'd like to give a special salute to the frontline workers who have bravely stepped forward and stood in the breach as we face the coronavirus pandemic. A critical part of this front line is our volunteers, and we'd like to say thank you for serving in every capacity that you have. The provision of health service, transport of the needy, medical support, and psychosocial services. Our volunteers are a critical part of this movement, and we thank you. We'd like to also thank those members of the corporate community who have stood by us during service in this pandemic, and people from various fields of endeavor who have lent their time, talent, or treasure as we move forward in this fight. Thank you very much, Freetown Collective. Thank you, Private Ryan. And thank you, Basie, for the message on stigma and the need to ensure that we keep our communities together to fight the virus and not each other. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us within the movement, and I wish you a happy International Red Cross Day.
Yeah! Listen me.
And in the latest news, the coronavirus or COVID-19 continues to be a health emergency across the world. Caribbean people are concerned.
Everybody know about COVID-19. Keep socially distant and your proper hygiene. Wash your hands then clean. And don't discriminate, cause it might be, it very well could be, somebody will look like you or look like me. Listening. We're in this together. We all got to work with each other. Look out for our friends and our neighbor. And if you feel sick, don't be afraid to call the doctor. Red Cross volunteers from across the Caribbean, working hard to fight discrimination. So if a person should feel ill, then they will contact the authorities without hesitation. The most vulnerable are the elderly, but the truth is it can infect anybody. So what we need is solidarity, everyone helping everyone like a family. So this is a message to the nation. Make sure you seek out the right information from official sources like the Ministry of Health, Red Cross, and the World Health Organization. Everybody know about COVID-19. Keep socially distant and your proper hygiene. Wash your hands then clean. Don't discriminate, cause it might be, it very well could be, somebody will look like you or look like me. Listening. People around the world facing this pandemic. Coronavirus have the whole world a panic. Now is not the time to be fearful, but to be careful, supportive and empathetic. This is the state of the society. Some people full of fear and anxiety. Yo, a lot of fake news in the community, but what we need now is more love and unity. So this is a message to the nation. Make sure you seek out the right information from official sources like the Ministry of Health, Red Cross and the World Health Organization. Everybody know about COVID-19. Keep socially distant and your proper hygiene. Wash your hands then clean. And don't discriminate cause it might be, it very well could be, somebody will look like you or look like me. Listening. We're in this together. We all got to work with each other. Look out for our friends and our neighbor. And if you feel sick, don't be afraid to call the doctor. Check it. Everybody know about COVID-19. COVID-19. Keep socially distant and your proper hygiene. Yo, you don't know this is basic, you know. And I just want to say a special salute and respect and thank you and many blessings to all the doctors and nurses and everybody managing this crisis right now with COVID-19. On behalf of myself and on behalf of the International Red Cross, I just want to say Happy World Red Cross Day. From BC, from Jamaica, from the Caribbean, to all of the great people out there that's doing great work out there. I'm wearing red. It's to celebrate Red Cross. Yes, I. Everybody know about COVID-19. Keep socially distant and your proper hygiene. Wash your hands then clean. And don't discriminate cause it might be, it very well could be, somebody will look like you or look like me.